Hello, I'm Zachary Anderson. I play Jack Archer.
Hey y'all, I'm Donovan Whitney and I play Tom Hayden.
I'm sitting on a chair so high up in the sky. I know get camouflage to use for my disguise. I'm flying real high, I know they compromise. But the problem is here, gravity know they think I'm twice. But if I fall, I'm hoping you won't catch me. And if I fall, promise that you won't let me. I'm not afraid to die, I'm praying nothing stops me. I'm fighting for my sanity, now only you can help me. See, for the man where I be. And when you look in the mirror, by yourself you will see. See, for the man where you see. And when you look in the mirror, now yourself you.
So from my point of view, it would go from head, left leg, right shoulder, left shoulder, right leg, and then back to head.
The actors were instructed on how to think about those moves. To the head, to the shoulders, to the flanks, back to the other flank, to the shoulder, to the head, and then also learn how to defend themselves with the sword. So 5 moves as well. So these are 5 basic fencing moves that we built our sort of comic choreography.
So start out like this. He comes out real slow. And so I keep the sword perpendicular to his sword.
Okay.
To keep it from hurting me, and then he goes to another one. He's gonna go to my thigh, so I go right here to block it.
To block the tie. Okay.
Yeah, and then he's gonna go to one of my shoulders. This one, so I just keep it perpendicular like that, and then he goes to the other shoulder like that, and then back to the thigh,
And then back to the head.
and back to the head. And so that's pretty much the sequence of.
Oh, okay, so then he attacks first, and then you defend, and after that you attack him. Okay.
And then you try and, as you get used to like the maneuvers with your partner, you add in comedic points where you need to. Like, I believe you have a point where you kind of shove AJ off a little bit, but that's because they've rehearsed enough that they're feeling comfortable that they can take it to the next step, and they got that bass pattern down.
Yeah,
Okay.
and in the actual production, there are some different things that we do. There are more fighters as well. There's two ladies fighting, 2 other gentlemen fighting, and so it's all using these basic movements that we've been taught, but doing them in different ways, kind of, to make it different.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I come one time? Make it come 2 times. Smoke me 3 times. This time, woman telling me all the time. Let's go the time. Say we look at the time. Cause you know the time.
The Pashun. As you can see, not much to look at, but a vital piece of protective equipment that is a legal requirement under FBA regulations. They come in different grades and therefore different prices. It is essential to the fencer that the masks, these come in different sizes, so the fencer needs to find one that fits him or her. They may appear cumbersome at times, but the fencer gets used to them instantly. They just slip on over the fencer's head, and an elastic band holds them in place. The jackets. These are unisex and come in different sizes, similar to the masks. They're specific to either left-hand fencers or right-handed fencers, and have a back zip. Fencers that buy their own tend to buy a front zip jacket which will have a zip on either on the left or on the right, depending on which hand the fencer feels comfortable with. The foil. This has a flexible rectangular blade, approximately 35 inches long. Points are scored when the tip of the blade lands within the torso of the body. The valid target area in the foil is the torso from the shoulders to the groin, from and back. It does not include the arms, heads, or is heavier, weighing approximately 27 ounces, with a larger guard and much stiffer blade. touches are scored only with the point of the blade. The entire body is the valid target area. The saber, a light, more flexible version of the military saber, and hits can be scored using edge cuts or point thrusts. Only hits scored on the opponent's body above the waist, arm, and head counts as valid. Points are scored by the fencer who hits the target area and has.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Hudson and I'm playing Dorinda. Carlson and I play Mrs. Kate Sullen.
Bring it on right now, now.
Is is the act of a physical exchange and in this case it's an opportunity for the villains and those who are in opposition of the villains to demonstrate sword play. And fencing is a series of choreographed moves that allow for that allow for a sword play. We are using swords that are more typically used in actually game fencing, recreational fencing. We clearly have chosen that in part because of the ability for us to manipulate those lightweight swords rather easily. And so the sequence of our combat, our stage combat, is pretty basic. We've worked on some moves that allow for offense, some 5 moves, and so this.
My name is Abigail Tomlin. I am the stage manager for Bow Stratagem. That means that once we get past them learning their lines and staging the show, I get to call the show, which means when lights go up, I call it. When sounds go off, I call it. If something goes wrong, I have to try to fix it. Just simple things like that.
Wow. Is this your first time being a stage manager?
No, I've been a stage manager. I recently turned 20 and my first show as stage manager at the age of 10.
Wow. At the age of 10?
At the age of 10, I did a show. I did Story of Ruby Bridges that my director actually wrote. The cast was from 6 to 18, and I was the stage manager for that show.
Wow.
I was in the 6th grade.
Was it always your dream to be this stage?
No, I auditioned for the show and I didn't get in, but the director decided that she wanted to try me as a stage manager. And so I had an adult who looked after me, obviously, because I was only 10. But I ran the show. I didn't actually get to call it because our sound booth was so far away, they wanted me backstage instead. And so I moved things and I ran around and trying to find people and things like that. So.
Have you been a stage manager for a play that has stage combat in it before?
I have not. Most of my shows were high school shows, so like The Music Man and cheesy shows like that. So we didn't really have any stage combat, so something I am new to. It's a lot of fun to learn about, but it's just kind of something different for me to learn.